brand new to my vlog posts, to my channel, I've been writing an art blog since 2009, and when I'm not here, you can catch me there. I write every single Tuesday, and I always post my videos there too. And I want to thank you in advance for your subscriptions and for all of your comments. I love getting your comments and interacting with you guys. I'm on social media, so check me out there. And today we're going to be doing mono printing, and this will be the first one in a segment of 2 vlog posts. So the next time we post, which won't be immediately, but our next post will be the second half of this. And so today I'm going to be sharing with you my technique for using masks, not the kind you wear and not the kind you cut out, and definitely not stencils, but these are ordinary things that you find in your house all the time. So we're going to be using those today, and then on the next segment, part 2, we'll be showing you how to incorporate those in your work, which I know I get so many comments and questions about. So how do you use this in your work, and what would you do with it, and all of those things. So we're going to do that, and I'm wearing white as you see, so I'm going to put my apron on and I'll be right back. So if you saw my first mono printing video, then you know that I like to work with cardboard. And the last one I used corrugated cardboard because I wanted to make impressions in the cardboard, and it's a spongy kind of give, it has a spongy kind of give to it, and it makes wonderful prints. But today we're just going to be using just plain old cardboard, the kind that you get off the back of your tablets of drawing paper or mixed media paper. So you just pull one of those off and can use it as your plate. Isn't that fabulous? And then non-stick aluminum foil, which I like to use too. And you're going to need a brayer. It doesn't matter what size you have. I'm thinking 2 of them. One to apply the print, and one to actually push down on it. And I'll show you what I mean about that. And then I use just an old Tupperware with a t-shirt rag. Save those old white t-shirts and use them in the studio. They're wonderfully absorbent, and they're great for doing work like this, to clean off your brayer. Some water, have your paints all ready, and then we're just going to put this on and we're going to get started. So all I did was cover the cardboard with the aluminum foil, and you can see it says non-stick side, so that's the side that you want to have up because you don't want your paint to stick. It's still going to stick, but you can also use a retarder with your paint so that you can slow it down, or glaze or something like that you can use. And the first one that we're going to talk about today, this mask that we're going to be using, is just simple string. Now you can use all different kinds of thicknesses and everything. Just remember that as you're pressing down, you're going to create openings in your print. So depending on how thick you use, how thick your string is that you use, will create, a wider and larger print. It'll create a wider negative space. So here are some of the pieces that I did as I was prepping for your vlog post today, and I really like the way they come out on the tissue paper. And of course I used old book pages because you know how I love those, and I just thought this one came out so yummy. And then this one is pretty awesome too. I hope you can see that. It's got a little sparkly to it. We do love the little sparkles. And then some of these were just plainer. But you can see you can get a lot of wonderful images. Now the first image that you get is going to be like a throwaway image, and you want to keep those too and hang on to them. But we're going to get started. I'm going to show you how to do this right now. Okay, so I've just put my aluminum foil all over my cardboard, which is my plate now, and I've just squeezed a little bit of golden carbon black, and I'm going to use just a tiny bit of retarder. It's golden retarder. In with it, which will help bring it up because I am using antique book pages, so it might, we don't want it to stick. That wouldn't be good. So I'm just going to put the string in, and then I'm just going to use just a book page to roll it. That's going to take off the excess ink, and then you get a print. But now we're going to take this off, take the string off, and we're going to get another print off of this. And this time I'm going to use my hands. And then pull that up. Okay. So we can try another one too and see there. It looks like there's a little bit of ink left on the plate. And I'm going to use my brayer this time. It's really cool, isn't it, to use the tracing paper because you can see, you know, through it. And that pretty much brings it up. So now you have several prints off of this. So isn't that fabulous? Don't you just love string? And you can use all different kinds. You can use it in different ways. And it's pretty fabulous. Okay, the next one I want to show you is just working with lace. Lace fabric that you have, you know, anywhere in your studio or in your house. Just any kind of lace. Actually, the thinner the better. The thicker ones, of course, it'll be an interesting print, but they come out, well, different, we'll say that. But some of these came out quite well, I think. I really like the way they came out. And of course, on the tissue paper, it's tracing paper is what I'm using, not tissue paper. Tissue paper would be really hard to work with, so don't try that one at home. And this one is really light too. You can take subsequent prints off the lace. This is just one simple single, and then 3 here on this. So that's pretty fun. So I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, so I'm inking my plate for the lace. And you want a pretty generous amount of paint. And then I have my lace right here. I'm just going to depress it just lightly. And I'm just going to use an old book page to take the excess. And you want to depress the lace into the paint. Okay. All right, now we're going to lift up. Set it aside. We're going to use, gloves aren't always the most helpful things in the studio for some things. A little dexterity would be nice. So just have patience with me here. There we go. Okay. We're just going to put the tracing paper down, and instead of using the brayer, we're going to just use the hands, and you can already see that it's starting to come up. I hope you can see that the lace pattern is making itself known, which is so cool. Don't you love it when things work out? Okay. Woohoo! We have lace. Okay, now we're going to take a print off of this too. So, oh dear, and I just got paint on that one, so I'll come back to that. Okay, I got my tracing paper. I'm just going to lay that down, and now I'm just going to braid the lace. Okay, and the paint didn't stick to the whole thing, but that's kind of cool too, because that gives you lots of room to create something wonderful on it. Oops, there we go. So that's how that came out. All right, so experiment with lace. You can cut them into different pieces, lay the shapes down, and have a lot of fun with this. Okay, the next thing that we're going to use is living plants. So just go out and cut some leaves and just make some wonderful prints. We live in a place that actually the name of the town that we live in is a place where many ferns grow in Indian. So they grow like absolute weeds. They look like this. They get really huge. So I'm going to use it to show you how cool they are in a monoprint. And we're just going to clean off the brayer. And if we get a little bit of red on it, that won't hurt my feelings. But I've got the carbon black going again. I want it to have a fairly wide. There we go. Okay. Now again, just like with the lace, we're going to put it down. I'm going to put it the face side down, or not the back side, but you know, the front, and we're going to use just a throwaway piece of paper to take this off. And you remember, you're depressing it onto the plate, which is connecting the leaf with the plate and the paint. So you get an interesting print off of that. Then we're going to take it up and we're going to lay it down, and now we're going to take a piece of I'm going to see how that comes out. Okay, and the paint was just a little wet, so I don't know why it was like that, but it's like being a mad scientist. You never know what's going to happen. Okay, that's a pretty cool print. Okay, and now lay it back down and pull one right off of the plant. Just roll it. And you're going to get what's left on your plate as well, which will make it even more interesting. Okay, so there's another one. So, came out pretty good. I love them. I hope you do too. Well, thanks for stopping by today. I can't wait to see you next time when I show you how to incorporate these into your work. And can you believe it? It's ciao for now. So we'll see you soon.